Om Sthapakaya cha dharmasya sarvadharmasvarupine avatara varisthaya Ramakrishnaya te namaha. Sri Ramakrishna is speaking to Surendra, and devotees listened with great attention to Sri Ramakrishna's words. After that, Surendra is telling, I cannot meditate well. I repeat the Divine Mother's name now and then. I repeat the Divine Mother's name now and then. Lying in the bed, I repeat her name and fall asleep. Master, that is enough. You remember her, don't you? How that? Just remembrance of Mother, remembrance of God is sufficient to transcend all the limitations forever and enter the realm eternal and know your own immortality. Master, that's enough. You remember her, don't you? There are two kinds of yoga. Mano yoga, karma yoga. To perform following the Guru's instruction, such as pious acts as worship, pilgrimage, and service to living beings, need called karma yoga. The duties that the Janaka performed are called karma yoga. The meditation and contemplation of the yogis is called mano yoga. We have two parts in our bodily existence. Our body is there, bodily existence. Spiritual existence is different. When I am associated with Prakriti, the layers covering my body, I am aware of my bodily existence, then bodily existence, spiritual existence. Bodily existence has two important divisions, body and mind. All the spiritual disciplines I do through mind alone, without bringing the body into picture, then it's called Mano Yoga. When body is involved, mind backs, of course, but it will not be trying to become in Mano Yoga. The mind is going towards its own destruction. Mind, Mano Nasha. Mind has to be completely become calm, tranquil, and be absent. But in Karma Yoga, mind takes a different shape. Mind either takes itself to be an instrument in the hand of God, or is doing all the work as a worship unto God, or I am not a doer. He is giving up the doership. It is jnana ashrita. I am doing for the sake of God. That is bhakti ashrita. Whatever I do, I offer to God is bhakti ashrita. And the bodily existence, that is, I am doing work. Mind is backing it. In mental Mano Yoga, body doesn't back there or come into picture at all. Body is totally kept away. But when Karma Yoga comes into picture, as an instrument of God, I can do For the sake of God, I can do my own purification of mind and all that I can do. But the bodily existence is involved. So here we see the distinction, Mano Yoga and Karma Yoga. There are two kinds of yogas, Mano Yoga and Karma Yoga. To perform following the Guru's instruction, such as acts of worship, pilgrimage. See, people go to pilgrimage, they don't understand. It's a part of spiritual discipline and service to the living beings is Karma Yoga. The duties that the Janaka performed are called Karma Yoga. The meditation and contemplation of the yogis is called Mano Yoga. In Mano Yoga, mind totally dissolves. It won't be there at all. It merges in the Buddhi. Buddhi, purified Buddhi alone can accommodate mind and become one with it. Mind merges in Buddhi. Buddhi merges in the womb. So, till Buddhi alone takes from beyond the bodily existence up to Nirvikalpa Samadhi, where the ego dissolves. Till ego dissolves, it goes. But it is the whole thing, what we see of the nature, whether it is mind merged in Buddhi or Buddhi, the senses which we carry into the Savikalpa Samadhi to visualize, we actualize the God there. I want to see, I want to talk. All these five senses are going together with Buddhi. They are all charged with Chaitanya. They have lost their naturehood and acquired the spiritualhood. Totally. The senses that go is as if they are Chaitanya. You have to see, otherwise there is no entrance. You cannot enter into Vijnanamaya Kosha at all. So, from Manomaya Kosha to enter into this one, they all will be charged, they are filled with Chaitanya. Thinking of Chaitanya, Chaitanya, Chaitanya. The Upanishad statement, this, that, Gurus go on contemplating and cogitating on it, and it gets charged. Like the copper vessel is there, it is connected to electricity. The whole copper vessel, every point of it is charged with electricity. Touch anywhere, you'll get a shock. Like that, whole mind which merges in Buddhi, Buddhi and five sense organs. They go into the Vijnanamaya Kosha because they are charged with absolute purity. It cannot think of the world anymore. So much of purity. It can think of only Chaitanya. Nothing of Jada. So much of purity it acquires. So it can enter into Vijnanamaya Kosha, where God can manifest and give His vision. Sometimes I say to myself in the Kali temple, "Oh Mother, the mind is nothing but yourself. Whole universe, the 24 cosmic principles, it is Mother who has become the 24 cosmic principles with which this universe is made. Pancha Jnanendriya, Pancha Karmendriya, Pancha Prana, Buddhi, Manas. All these 24 cosmic principles, Prakriti. Therefore, the pure mind, pure Buddhi, and pure Atman are one and the same. This purity comes from the dipped in Chaitanya. It's filled with Chaitanya, covered with Chaitanya, dipped in Chaitanya. It was about dusk Many of the devotees saluted Sri Ramakrishna and started to go home. What a kind of feeling they might be having in their heart. Very difficult to understand. From heaven, heavenly atmosphere where they have forgotten everything of this world, in the presence of Sri Ramakrishna, and they are in ecstatic state as if they have forgotten the world, their duties and all. Now they have to go back home. The sun has set and it is dusk. They have to go. How that heart must be. It doesn't want to go, but it has to go. Such a condition. Master went to the west porch. Bhavnath and Yam were with him. Master to Bhavnath, why do you come here so seldom? Master to Bhavnath, why do you come here so seldom? Rarely you are coming. The street and the other day, Bhavnath smiling, answering. Bhavnath is smiling and answering. Sir, I visit you once in a fortnight. I saw you in the street the other day, so I did not come here. If he is coming once in a fortnight, if he misses one visit, it becomes once in a month. So Sri Ramakrishna has not met him for a month now. So already Sri Ramakrishna is feeling, already is telling, why are you coming so rarely? He is telling, I come in. I saw you in street going. When the carriage goes, and he has seen already, what more do I need? I go all the way there just to see him. Some are satisfied with see, some want to hear, some want to stay with, some want to spend their life at the feet of the Guru. Master to Bhavnath. Then Master is telling, what do you mean? What can you gain by mere seeing? Touch and talk are also necessary. Because this touch and talk, seeing is one thing, touch and talk. When we touch, we are in physical contact. When we talk, we are in conversation from Vak. Vak is the media. Touch is the another sense of confirmation. Apart from sight, seeing is one thing, touching. Touching is a sign of Vatsalya, a motherly love is called Vatsalya. No mother keeps away from its child. So also saints do not keep away from the disciples, do not keep away from the Guru, because they are bound by Vatsalya, motherly love. The relationship is always between mother and child, because Vidya is the medium. Now, as soon as an enlightened soul or anybody, even music, once a person acquires a Vidya, he is eager to give to someone before he goes away from this world. He is searching for a child. He gets here and there, somehow his longing makes him get a disciple. Whom shall I give and go? With great efforts, he acquires the vidya. And he has experienced his joy, he has experienced his freedom, he experienced all that he acquires from that. The closeness to God, the intimacy, the freedom of the soul, all this what they experience, they want to give to someone and go, so that the tradition continues. So touch is a sign of motherly love being exchanged. Child wants to touch the mother and mother wants to touch the child. Especially you must see in animals. Suppose a cow has put a calf. You can see they are tied apart. Their eyes are fixed on each other. The mother wants to break that tying and go to its child. Child is eager, just looking at mother. Why they have separated us? So like that, they touch and walk, speaking. Speaking is something beyond the touch. Walk comes from the depths of our being, from Chaitanya, Parapashanti Madhyama Vaikhari. It comes from the transcendental realm and it enters the ear of the hearer. Talking brings the whole world into picture. We are related in and through the world. I start telling my story. We are entering into a dimension where we are as if playing of the transcendental knowledge of God, of stories of saint. All this is transmitted and acquired through Vak. Vak and Shravana are most important in the spiritual life. Shravana, Manana, Nididhyasana. And Vak, everything is coming from the Vak of the Guru and enters into the disciple. He must be always eager and waiting. When does the pearl form? The mother of the pearl, the oyster will be waiting for the drop of water, it seems, when the Swati Nakshatra shines. It will be opening its mouth and waiting. The moment a drop falls into it, it closes and dives deep into the sea and remains there for a long time till this water drop becomes the pearl. Be it a myth, but it has meaning to carry. So, like that oyster, the disciple will be waiting just to catch the words and dive within, to make it his own, to experience its truth which the Guru has experienced. So, touch and talking is necessary. Touch and talk are also necessary. So apart from seeing. The evening worship had begun in the temples. It was 8th day of the bright fortnight of moon. The temple's dome, the courtyard, the gardens, the trees were shining in the moonlight. The Ganges was flowing north with murmuring sound. Sri Ramakrishna sat on the small couch in his room, absorbed in contemplation of the Divine Mother, because it's the Ashtami, 8th day. Moonlit night. The bright fortnight. 8th day of the bright fortnight. Now imagine whenever I was in Himalayas, on the moonlit night, we don't miss to come out and watch. Hours and hours pass. Coming out, you will see the whole thing covered with moonlight, especially in the winter. Sharat Chandra, you can see the whole thing lit with. And it will be like a dream world where there is no sun, no people, all are sleeping. And you go to watch this world. The whole thing is lit by. It exactly resembles a dream world. You can experience the fragrance of the forest, varieties of flowering trees, and all that you can see. Exactly a dream world. And Sri Ramakrishna is inside. And devotees are, M is explaining it. He is observing the whole atmosphere, how it is. This is what we call, it is something like a paradise, spiritual world, a world of spirit. The evening worship had begun in the temples. It was the 8th day of bright fortnight of the moon. The temple domes, courtyard, gardens and trees were shining in the moonlight. The Ganges was flowing north with a murmuring sound. Sri Ramakrishna sat on the small couch in his room, absorbed in contemplation of the Divine Mother. The evening worship was over. 1 or 2 devotees were still in the garden, temple garden. Narendra had left. Sri Ramakrishna was pacing the veranda northeast of his temple. Yam stood there looking at him. Suddenly he said to Yam, "Ah, how sweet Narendra's music is." This is a voice is a gift. The techniques of singing is one practice. And for some reason, whether it is we call it a grace of divine or one's past tendencies or one's past experiences of various life, with very little efforts, observations, they catch. Some have to practice whole life to keep a few steps in music, but for some it flows fluently with little practice. Just pay attention and it is yours. Pay attention, only thing you have to focus your mind. If mind is focused, it is his property. He need not practice much, but the observation, the concentration, it will be matchless. Once seen, it is captured. Once heard, it is captured. Some of the sadhus I used to see, tell them anything, after so many years they will remember it. You told 30 years back this, do you remember? We'll be wondering. So, and also tell something of, suppose 15, 20 minutes we talk and we part, we cannot remember what we have talked. But they can go and write down the whole thing verbatim as it is. Suppose you are talking you are hearing a lecture for 15 minutes. Ask a person, what did you hear? He can't tell so easily. A few points he might be able to give. But these people, they can whole thing as it is, including the logic in which it was presented. They can present back. Some people can translate the whole thing without missing a single line. Like that, the music spontaneously comes in for someone without much efforts. Many people put lot of efforts, and some people try yet they don't get, perhaps because of their not complete giving themselves. But everyone who gives himself totally to a acquisition of a vidya, knowledge, they will attain it. That beautiful music Sri Ramakrishna is telling. How sweet Narendra's music is. Yes, sir. That song beginning with the dense darkness is particularly beautiful. Master, you are right. The song has deep meaning. A part of my mind is still drawn to it. Especially the songs enter deep into the heart when the language is known. Yes, sir. Master, meditation in darkness is prescribed in the Tantras. Girish Ghosh came and stood by Sri Ramakrishna, who had started to sing. Is Kali, my mother, really black? The naked one of blackest hue lights the lotus of the heart. Om Shanti 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 Harihi Om Tat Sat Shri Ramakrishna Arpanamastu.